Hello and welcome back to Vostrum, the Arcane Law, episode 6. And since last episode, our party have actually leveled up, so they are now level 4. So for those of you who are interested, I'll just quickly run through what everyone picked at level 4. So at level 4, you get the option to either have an ability score improvement or to choose a feat, and all of the players have chosen a feat. So Dren has taken the chef feat, which makes sense with how his character is going, which means when he makes these beautiful meals for people, they will actually get a mechanical benefit, which is nice. Alicia took the Shield Master feat, which means she is better with a shield. She can now shove with her field as a bonus action, and she gets evasion, so she takes a bit less damage. And Neri took a new feat, which is from one of the new books, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, and it's called Shadow Touched. And essentially, she gets some new illusion-based spells. And then last but not least is Fop, who took Spell Sniper, which means that he is much better at aiming his spells and can do it. I think it's double the range, and also ignores half cover and 3/4 cover against who he is firing at. So that's the level increases, and each of them also got a little bit of a bump to their HP, like normal. And also, another little announcement so that everyone is aware. Next week is going to be the penultimate episode of this story. So this is going to be an 8-episode storyline. So in 2 weeks' time, the story will be concluded. And that is, in case you're not a follower of my channel or my Twitter, that is because I will be having a baby. So obviously I'm not going to have time to stream for the first little while when I am running, well, not running after the baby, unless they're very quickly developed. So we've got 2 more weeks after this one, and then this story will end. We are probably looking to stream again in the future, but don't know the details of that yet, so I'm not going to say any more. But yeah, that's everything for announcements. So let me fill you all in what has happened so far. So after the heroes got shipwrecked on this island, they found out that the Order was here, trying to work out ways to dampen or remove magic using some of the gems that are on this island. They met a crazy tabaxi who explains that they're supposed to be a guardian of this island, but they don't seem to have come out and dealt with this issue of the Order. So the heroes decided they were going to go up the mountain and try to find this guardian. On the way, they met injured Aarakocra, who took them back to a temple, and the priest of the temple knew a lot more about what these gems were, revealing that they were actually the leftover magic from gem dragons. And this is an island that gem dragons go to when they are about to die, so that they can curl up, pass away, and then their magic will live on through these crystals. He also explained that there is legends that there is one obsidian dragon which is supposed to be the guardian of all the gem dragons, and he believes that he was supposed to be the guardian of this island but has not turned up. He also said that one of his followers was having some sort of visions that the obsidian dragon was encased in darkness and imprisoned, unable to escape. As the priest realized that this might be quite dire for the island, he gifted the party a magic carpet that you can see on the screen now, which is going to help their ascent up to the top of the mountain where the guardian is supposedly supposed to be, rather than having to traverse the thick jungle down below. And, well, actually there's something quite important I missed out. The Fop has been having voices in his head that have said that the Order are hunting him. And when we left off at last session, Fop looked down below and there were 2-headed demonic dogs that were chasing the carpet from down below and easily managing to keep up with the pace of the carpet. So that is where we are going to pick up. So yeah, Fop, as you look down below, you see these demonic dogs, and you recall that the voice in your head said that he had released the hounds to come and find you. So you can put two and two together and realise that that's what happened. That's probably the hounds. Also, just so you guys all know, you will be able to take short rests on this carpet as you make your ascent, because you can just switch out who's steering. But when it comes to having a long rest, you are going to need to find somewhere that isn't up in the sky moving. Okay. So, how would you? First of all, how do you explain to the rest of the group about the dogs, Fop?
I can see it. Look, we're being chased. Hey, doggy. Yeah.
As you all look over the edge, you can see that there are some very evil looking. They're black fur, and it looks like they've got red eyes, but they've got 4 red eyes because they each have 2 heads.
Well, I think that's what I've been warned.
Yes.
And it doesn't look like we're going to outpace them either.
You seem quite comfortable about this.
I'll be honest, I love dogs, even though they're still kind of cute. But yeah, we should be worried. They're probably here to kill us.
Well, you.
Wait, whoa. What do you mean me?
No, I didn't have any visions. I didn't hear any voices.
Just because you didn't hear it doesn't mean you're not going to get pulled apart by a 2-headed demonic dog. You're stood right next to me. It means he's just going to chew on me and leave you.
Push you off.
No, you are. That's
We wouldn't do that, of course.
No. do we need to stop this thing? Because they're just running at the same pace as we're traveling. We can't outrun them or outfly them.
We can't stay in the sky forever.
Exactly.
What do you propose?
Well, I don't know. This is kind of.
Well, you two are the magic users. Can you not throw some spell at them?
Yeah. Let's have a little look. What should we cast?
Someone take the wheels.
I'm on it.
The wheels.
How far below are they?
Yeah.
So at this point, they're probably around. So you're above the tree line, and the trees are about 100 feet up. So they're at least, I'd say about 120 feet away from you. But obviously, they are moving in between trees, and it's a pretty difficult shot.
Yeah. Okay.
But obviously, you do have the advantage that they can't get to you. So in theory, you could just fire stuff at them forever, unless they can fly or jump very high.
Okay. Well, I'm in range, so I think I'll just start casting spells.
Maybe we can stop but stay on the carpet, and that would make it easier.
Yeah, so you pull the carpet to a halt, but still hovering above the tree line.
Yeah.
As soon as you do that, you do see that the dogs down below also stop, and they start circling on the ground down below.
Would it be possible for me to have something to target?
Oh yes.
Oh.
That'll do.
Doggy. Right, let's start with a fireball shot. Hiya!
Oh, nice.
F dog.
Okay, so with a 21, you do manage to hit one of these circling dogs down below. As you see, it takes the shot to the back, but it doesn't seem to do too much damage. It doesn't seem to mind too much fire, being of the descent that it is, but it does damage it a little bit. And as soon as you do that, they all stop their circling all at once, and you see as they all start to scurry up the tree that is just below you. And when they start to run and start climbing up the trunk, you can no longer see them as the thick leaves cover where they just went.
Brilliant.
Great.
Now what?
I think we just keep going.
I think yes. I think we need somewhere to fight them more easily, at least.
Unless you would like to jump down and try and feed them.
No, thank you.
So Neri, you pick up pace again on this carpet, moving forwards. It doesn't take you too long till you notice that they have obviously stopped their ascent up the tree, got back down to the ground, and are continuing to follow you on the ground, just a little bit behind you now.
Okay.
But yeah, they were not able to get to you.
Is there somewhere nearby with less trees?
You can give me a perception check. Oh, nice. Okay, so you see a few. So where are you now? So you're going up this way. So you will see. So off a little bit in the distance, but quite far in the distance, you'll see that there are some like raised areas out of the mountain, like flat. What would you call it? Like
A ledge?
like a yeah, sort of like that, but they're like standalone, like a tor, like a granite tor, but a mountain. That is off in the distance. There's a few of them that don't have much shrubbery or trees growing on them, so you could make your way towards one of them. You do notice between some of the trees that there is a river not too far from you that by default, won't have trees growing in it. And on the banks as well, it doesn't have too many trees. And with an 18, you also see quite a bit in the distance just before the jutting out parts of the mountain. You see a glow of a gem.
Ooh. Okay. The river, is it big enough that they wouldn't be able to cross it if we went to the other side, or is it a small one?
It's relative. They wouldn't be able to like jump across it, but it's not like vicious enough to not be able to swim.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So they could cross it, but not easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could probably swim across it if they can swim.
Okay. I'd point everything out so everyone else maybe can then see it, but also point out mostly the gem. Can you see that glow over there? And I'll point towards it. Maybe we need to prioritize that.
Best lead we have so far.
So where would you like to go?
Do we stop and fight first?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really keen on stopping and trying to get down and tangling these guys right away.
Was the gem beyond the water?
Yes. Yeah. So the gem is further away from the river than the river.
Maybe they'll slow down in the river and we'll get a bit of a head start towards the gem.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, let's go straight for the gem and see what's there then.
Okay, so you start beelining towards the gem, and maybe a minute or 2 minutes after you start doing that, you're keeping a good eye on the dogs down below Dren with your slight half-elven eyes, and you're used to being in the forest, and you notice that they do a big U-turn and then start running the opposite direction, back where you've just come.
They seem to have turned around. And they're leaving.
Are they scared of something, maybe?
That might have
What?
been it, actually. They
What
might have seen
could-
me.
Ah, yes.
Maybe smudge your food.
They realised they weren't just chasing a feeble turtle.
That's it. Let's carry on and find the gem.
As they're having this discussion, Fop, you hear a familiar voice in your head.
Oh, great.
Clever little turtle, learning how to fly to get away from my dogs. Well, what's coming for you next is going to be worse, and good luck seeing this one. That is what you hear before it fades away in your mind.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna look at.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't say anything while Neri takes you off into the distance towards the gem. So two things. So when you go over the top of the river, you do notice that down just next to the river there is actually a little encampment. There are 3 tents that are set up, and there's a campfire that isn't lit. As it is during the day. But you do see that there's a little encampment, so you assume there are some sort of civilization or civilized folk down below. Would you like to do anything with that information, or just carry on to the gem?
Is
It's
it,
best
this
we
is
just
close
carry
by?
on.
What's that say?
This is close by.
Yeah, so this is like now directly below you,
Okay.
where you are now. So you're just going over the top of the river, and as you're going over the top of the river, you all look down to take a look at the river, and you see that there are 3 tents set up with a little campfire that's out. And yeah.
Can I have a look to see if I can spot any of the order's insignia?
Yes, give me a perception check. 12. You do not see any sort of flags or insignia at all, but with a 12, you do see some statues, which is a little bit odd. There's just some statues of like humanoid figures around the camp.
Oh.
So the tents are temporary tents. They're like the traditional tent. They're not like a gazebo or something like that. But yeah, there seem to be these stone humanoid figures.
Can we recognize any of them?
Yeah.
They're significant
not
people.
So not from up here. So you've got like a top-down view, so you can just sort of make out that they're humanoid figures of some variety, but you won't be able to see any details from where you are at the minute.
Okay. I don't know if we have time for distractions. I see.
Yeah, I mean, if we can avoid any tangles with the order as well, that would be pretty. Plus, we're getting hunted. Plus, it's getting worse.
Oh, you're not eager to kill them all?
Nope. Nope. Until I stop hearing voices in my head, I'm not going to be happy.
Do we think the dogs are coming back? They seemed pretty. I don't know how you'd explain it. It was very strange. They just turned around suddenly.
It's their masters I'm worried about.
Who's that?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? It's their masters that I'm worried about. The demon dogs, we can take care of some of that. Whoever sent the dogs, I'm worried. Has got my concern. I think we should keep going. I do. I think we should keep going, and we should stand our ground when we. The risk of coming down on top of the order is too great. Unless you just want to go on a murderous rampage. Hey? What about you?
I don't think anyone
I
was.
believe the murderous
suggesting that.
rampage is your forte.
Yeah.
Over a blanket.
We're never
While
gonna
they're
get on our-
talking, I'm going to keep steering it to the gem.
Okay. So you leave the small encampment area and push on towards the gem. Now that you've been on this carpet for a little while, it is significantly easier to traverse this land, and you think that you will probably be able to reach the peak of this mountain much quicker than you ever would have on foot, which is very refreshing. As you get towards the gem, it glows like the rest of the gems you've seen have, and this one is noticeably orange as you get closer, which is a colour you are yet to see in a gem. So yeah, you are hovering above it. How would you like to approach, or what would you like to do?
Can we just stop like nearby? Is there somewhere safe to land?
Yeah, so you want to land. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, let me change the map. Uno momento. Okay, so can everyone see the map?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, you see that there is this orange, sort of fiery looking gem that is jutting out of the ground. And this is roughly the same size as the blue one you saw earlier, the aquamarine one. So around about 7 to 8 feet tall. Jutting out and, yeah, glowing with the slight hum that the rest of them have so far.
Okay. Can we examine it?
Yes, I assume you and Fop would like to
Yeah.
do what you did before. Both give me Arcana checks then, please. Oh, very nice.
I know exactly what this.
I made it.
So, Fop, you sense, so with a 15, you sense that this is, you can sort of glean that it's not a good one for magic users, this one. Some of the others have amplified your magic or altered it in certain ways. This one's definitely has a negative effect on magic or magic users. Neri, with a 23, you work it out pretty quick that this is sort of there to harm magic users. So the amethyst one, the purple one that you saw in the Order camp, that dampened or reduced the magic of a magic user. Whereas this one would just harm a magic user. It wouldn't dampen their magic as such, but they would not enjoy it.
Okay. I'm just going to back away and get back on the carpet.
You back away immediately.
Wait, what's wrong with it?
It's not good. It would just do harm to us.
Do you think it's what the
Then
dogs are
back
scared
away.
of?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me why they would turn around. I don't think they'd be scared of a crystal, but maybe something.
Neri slowly steps back onto the carpet.
I guess
What would you
there's
like
no point
to do?
in staying here.
I don't see any.
Jen looks around the party.
This isn't my wheelhouse.
Do we take?
What would we need it for?
Don't know.
I don't think you should take any.
You don't think I personally should take any?
Yes.
I think I'll take some. I'll chip off a little bit, put it in my little ingredient satchel.
Okay.
There's bound to be a treat later.
You're gonna accidentally poison Fop and Neri.
Well-
Okay.
Okay.
You spend. It doesn't take too long. Only a couple of minutes if you want a very small amount to get a small shard that comes off of the rock and falls on the floor, and you pick it up. And yeah, you can put into your inventory a shard of orange crystal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to do anything?
No.
Nope.
Let's go before the dogs come back.
Okay. As you all climb back onto the carpet, then we will go back to the other map. There we go. So you start making your way, and as you are getting as you are getting further up the mountain, the ascent is getting steeper and steeper, and it takes around a couple of hours, so you can take a short rest in that time and recuperate a little bit, and then the next hour is where you come to these flat precipices of the mountain. And from a distance, you could see that they jutted out of the tree line and were flat on the top. But now that you're getting closer, you can see that there are actually buildings on top of these juts, made out of hay and wood. And it doesn't take you long to realise that these buildings are also pretty darn big. They're bigger than like a usual building would be. And then as you get even closer, you can see the residents of this area, which look like this.
Oh.
So although they are humanoid in stature and stand on two legs, they are definitely bestial, and they are wearing garments sort of like that. But they stand between 8 and 10 foot tall. So they are pretty darn big. You can just ignore this and go round and continue on your way. But if you would like to do anything with this, I'll quickly move you to the other map so you can have a visual representation of what it looks like.
Ooh.
So yeah, hopefully you can all see the map now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can see what this sort of area is like. It looks like it's a small little village that these strange creatures have created with hay and wooden buildings, and there's rickety rope bridges that go between the different flat tops.
Do you think they're friendly?
They look pretty big. But we should try. Maybe not everything's trying to kill us.
Maybe. Maybe they know something about the gems.
Maybe they can protect us from the dogs.
Maybe. Or they might be mad that we brought murderous dogs to them.
Look at the size of them. They won't be worried about the little dogs.
I guess.
Let's make a pit stop.
Okay. You first.
How big were the dogs, by the way?
So they were
small?
big for dogs, but not like giants.
Okay.
Like St. Bernard size.
Okay.
Right,
We'll stop
so we
here
just
then.
pull up here.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you, I'll just move you all. Where's Fop gone?
He's next to me.
Hiding in the tree.
He's part of a tree.
Yeah, it's just very green, so I can't see him. Okay, so you, not very discreetly, pull up on your flying carpet and pull up to the sides, so they all definitely notice you. And this this guy walks up to you, and he is towering over all of you, and is almost a giant. You would say. You've heard legends of giants. I don't think any of you have seen giants in the past, but they're pretty big. And as he walks up to you, he says, "Why, small people on the carpet? This make no sense.
That's
What
a
do you
good
want?"
question. We're researchers. We're here to look into you.
You want to look inside me?
No, I didn't. No, not like that. I mean, we.
Is that a threat?
No.
And this
Take it
one
as a
also
compliment.
starts to.
Forgive
Walk
my
over.
bumbling friend here. He's just a. Hello, creature.
Creatures.
I don't
Hello,
know.
turtle man.
Hello there. You come in peace, my friends. How are you today?
He steps like very
So close,
very close to you, and like bends down so that his face is like towering over the top of yours, and you can feel the air as he takes a big whiff of you. You just hear a big sniff, and you can actually feel the air, and he goes, "You are from the sea."
Yeah. And you're a big lad, aren't
We are big.
you? Listen, it's quite simple. My amazing chef friend here would like to cook you a piecemeal. We're just passing. We had some questions about some things on the island. If you wouldn't mind putting us up for a while.
They look at each other and they say, he can make enough food for us?
He has some of the most exotic food you've ever heard of. And dare I say it, some of the best toppings on the island.
They
Can I just-
look at each other again, and they say, "You come with us. We speak to leader."
So I'm just gonna quietly say to these guys, don't worry. I'll be fine. If it all goes wrong, I'll just cast Crown of Madness. They'll fight each other and we'll leg it.
Okay.
You're whispering this, I'm guessing.
Yeah. You wait till they go a bit forwards.
Sorry, I'm very excited.
Okay, so they take you off in this direction. I'll just move you up here.
Don't touch me.
And now you get to, I guess, like the main part of this village. There are quite a lot of them. There's at least 10 of them in total on this part. And they're all very big. And as you walk past with these other two, they're all staring at you, and you can like hear them murmuring between each other. And he takes you up to one of them, and they speak in a tongue that you don't understand. It's a different language. And then he steps up to you and he says, "What do you cook, small one?" And talks to you, Dren.
What would you like?
They look around at each other and they just say, "Meat."
Okay. Well, I have some berries. I can make the most magnificent compote. But for meat, you might have to supply the meat. Do you have any meat?
They look at you, Fob, and they say, "I thought you said that this person had exotic food."
Yes, I said he has some of the most exotic toppings on the island. However, you're a big boy, and I don't think we've got the type of meat that you would need to be fulfilled. Now, he is a chef and can do wondrous things with cuisine. However, he has not got a magic bag with a sheep in. I'm just going to be honest with you. So, my proposal is that if you do have some meat on the island, let Dren here at it, and he'll cook you the best meal you've ever had in your life.
Yes.
So he will say, "Can you cook for all of us, or just the few of us?"
How many of you are there?
23.
Yeah. That'll be fine. No problem.
Okay. Well, you will have to stay while we go and get supplies.
Wonderful.
Please.
Thanks, friend.
We have no supplies for people your size, but and he walks into the nearby hut and pulls out like a huge fur of some sort of animal, and it's like a blanket, but it's big enough that all four of you could quite happily sit inside it. And he says, "Here, if you like," and just sort of throws it on the floor in front of you.
Dream come true.
Wonderful.
And then he turns and talks to the two behind, and they both wander off into the wilderness behind them. He says that they mentioned that you had some questions.
Yes. Neri?
Well, we are actually looking for a gem dragon. I don't know if you've heard of something like that before.
I have heard of a dragon, and I have heard of a gem. Not a gem dragon.
Not together. Okay. What do you know about gems? Do you know anything about the gems on this island?
They're hard.
I just sigh whenever this is going.
There's quite a lot.
Yeah.
We try to stay away from them.
Okay.
Some hurt.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Yeah. Well, just enjoy your food. Just walk away.
Okay. He also walks away, thinking that there'd be something more pressing than that in the questioning.
When he's like out of earshot, I'm just gonna say, "This is ridiculous. We need to leave."
Wait, but the feast.
No.
Also, they seem quite. They seem to want food, and I'm worried what will happen if we leave.
Well, we have a flying carpet. I don't think they can do anything about it.
That is true, but they're also huge.
But there is one in front of the bridge behind you.
While you're having this conversation, Dren, you notice with your perception that the guy you were just talking to, he pulls some vines aside that are just falling down the cliff face that is behind him, and walks into them. So it walks like as if there is some sort of cut out tunnel or pathway behind the vines.
Right. Did you see that? I'll take a closer look. He walked through the.
Does he
the
always
vines.
just stop mid-sentence?
I'm thinking. I'm processing.
Buffering.
Wait, what is that? Oh. There's a secret passage. Should we take a peek?
100%.
Does this require us being quiet?
Probably, if we're looking at their secret passage.
Maybe you should go on your own.
I think we could maybe just walk in. I mean,
You go ahead.
8-foot
Take a peek.
beef thing just walked straight in. It wasn't very secretive. Maybe.
I mean, he
Okay.
might not have been trying to be keeping it a secret, but that also doesn't mean that we can just go waltzing in.
Well, if you want my opinion,
Not sure we trust your opinion.
Whoa.
whoa.
He might be crazy, but he's okay.
I've done nothing but support and carry your ass from. You know what? Give me a sec.
You have killed people over a blanket.
Hounds. Hunting.
But you would still be back in that cave fighting that weird witch woman if you wasn't for me.
Which you threw me into the front line of battle without any sort of plan.
That's what you agreed to.
But you were going to try and do some talking, and then you just threw me in there.
No, before. Right, let me just refresh your memory on what happened. I said to you, I can get you close to that woman so you can get your first strike in without her no. And you were like, yeah, that's great. And as soon as I set it up for you, you were like, what do you do? Anyway, that's besides the point. Clearly, you three don't trust me anymore, but I thought it would be prevalent to point out that we're the meat they're gonna eat, and they've gone to get some friends to come. Do you see anything big on this island? What do you think's this? We're the treat.
Where do you think that fur came from?
Probably some, but I don't know. This doesn't seem right. But
Well,
then again, I'm a murderous villain. Excuse me while I go slowly back.
Not very
I don't
slow.
I just sit around here.
okay. Well,
Okay, so while
Guess
Fop is having a
you-
little sulk, what are we going to do?
I suppose I need to prepare for the feast.
We are leaving.
This could be fun. Mary! Mary!
I think it's time for us to go.
Okay, you all start walking in that way, and you do realise, as you're walking away, Dren, that the creature that went into the vine area just walks back out again, coming out of the little area that it had just been in, and then continues. There's like a little farm area here that he continues to tend to.
What's this? What are you growing?
These are trees one day.
Oh. Right. I thought it was food.
There will be food one day, but there's quite a long time until then.
What do you normally eat?
Usually when it comes to vegetables, just whatever fruit we can find.
And any meat?
Yeah. Yes. Are you from this island? You look like you are from far from here.
We're from. I turn around and I notice the guys haven't come back. I can't see them. Sorry. We are from far away. Far away. Not from this island. It's a long story.
Well, have you heard of a dinosaur?
No, just dragons and two-headed dogs and weird witches and Aarakocra and this weird cat-like guy and I think no dinosaurs.
Well, if you see one on your travels, they are very tasty.
I'll write that down. In the book, the classic book comes out of the boot, and I write in it. First, I write 8-foot beef, not beef, cow-like. Wait, do cows exist in this world?
Yeah.
I've written that in the book anyway. And dinosaur. Thank you. Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Okay. He just goes back to tending to his crops.
Okay. Yeah. Good talking to you. Yep. And I start to look for the other guys. Walk around the
They were-
sky. Where have they gone? Are they here, or have they gone further? Are you actually there,
Just
guys?
on the bridge.
Oh, okay. Oh, guys, I couldn't see you behind the this guy. Where are you going?
Can that guy hear us who's by the bridge?
You can move away enough so that you can't.
We need to leave this island. I'm not going to be eaten by these things. And they know
They're not
nothing
going to
anyway.
eat us. They're not going to eat us. Ignore Fop. He's sensitive at the moment because of the whole hunting thing and the voices, you know. They're not going to eat us. I'm the Grand Chef. I won't cook you.
Famous last word.
They just eat vegetables.
But they want meat.
But we're not going to satisfy their appetites. There's 23 of them.
It's true. Well, listen, cook your whatever it is that you need to cook, and then we need to leave.
This is my dream. As of now.
I can see it's important to you.
You know,
Okay.
I never really cooked for many people before. Just me and just me. And so it's, you know, it's been really nice to cook for you guys, and I think I'm ready for this challenge.
Good luck. I'm gonna go sit on the magic carpet and sulk.
You won't regret it.
Another person sulking.
Okay.
Okay.
Sif, will you help me prepare? I need to prepare, Joe. I need to quickly prepare. It
Okay.
won't take long.
That's
Thank you.
Seen.
Follow me. You there? I mean,
Sure, they're not being
hello?
treated like that.
Excuse me.
he does that thing where he turns and he's like looking completely over the top of you and then has to look down and is
And
like,
it,
you are food man.
yes, the master chef. That's me. Did you hear that? They're recognizing me. I have a reputation.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yes, could you help me, please? I need a slab of rock, maybe 2 foot long. Do you think you could help me?
Okay.
Great.
When do you need it?
Well, now I suppose. I don't know when your friends are going to be back, but I need to prepare.
Okay. And he literally walks up to like the cliff edge that just grabs like with two hands against one of the jutting out rocks and just pulls with all his might and pulls like a big old shard out of the rock face. And then he walks back over to you, and it is much bigger than the 2 foot you are asking for, and is completely, it's not flat, it's completely juttery, and hands it to you, or well, he like throws it next to you. He says, "There's rock."
Thank you, but do you think you could maybe flatten it a little bit? I need it to be very thin, so I can cook.
He like looks over his shoulder at the leader, who is just completely ignoring the situation and tending to the crops, and says, "I can try." And he basically just starts trying to kick this bit of rock to break it even more, but with a flat edge. Let's see how he does. Pretty well. Yeah, so it takes him a bit of time, but he manages to kick it to the point where it breaks, but there is a flat, or there's two flat edges between the two breaks, so you end up with like two big stone flat surfaces.
Very good. Thank you.
And I leave.
Okay. Thanks again.
He just steps away. It's like, oh.
I want to whisper to Dren. What are you preparing when we don't know what they're bringing back for us?
Well, what the leader mentioned dinosaur. He
A what?
said it's very tasty. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm hoping they bring some back. I don't really know what's going on, so I'm just, going with the flow.
Okay.
I don't know what these are. I don't know what a dinosaur is. I don't really know what's been going on this whole time.
Same.
I'm glad you're with me.
Okay, what's next?
Well, we just need to quickly prop this onto some rocks and then set some wood underneath, and then I'll light the fires when they return.
Can do.
Okay.
Neri and Fot, what are you doing in the meantime?
Both sulking on the carpet.
Sitting on the magic carpet, waiting to leave.
Silence.
Yeah.
What about you, Fot?
I'm not ready to talk yet, so I'm just going to let things unfold in front of
You're also sulking, just separately. Okay, so you start getting all of the bits together to put together this grand feast then, Dren. Is there any other preparations people would like to make before we skip a bit of time to when they bring back the meat?
I just want to be a bit vigilant and maybe see if there's anything weird going on in the village while we're here.
Okay, so give me a insight roll. So with that, you don't notice anything strange or out of the ordinary. You do sort of put together that they all have their own little job. So one of them's quite clearly a carpenter of some variety. One of them's a stonemason of some variety. There's some which are tending to crops, which are obviously farmers, and they seem to have their own role within this small little society that makes them relatively self-sufficient.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, so time passes, and it is about 2 hours pass before they finally return, and they're both having to drag along this huge beast that has. It looks like the outside is armored in a strange way, and it has 3 horns on its head, and you would know that it is a what's the word I'm looking for here?
Triceratops.
Triceratops. I went to say Triceratops and T-Rex at the same time. A Triceratops is what they're dragging in, but your characters will have never seen anything like this before, and anything like a dinosaur before. So it's a very strange sight, and it is so big that they're both having to sort of half carry, half drag it along to bring it back to the camp. And there's definitely enough meat on this for a lot of meals, Dre.
Alicia,
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I. Is it
They-
that dinosaur?
Well, I sort of pretended I knew what it was, so I didn't really ask any questions. I thought they'd just bring back, some fruit.
Maybe it'll be like chicken.
Yeah, let's hope so.
It's like, what's that?
I appreciate that.
They both walk over to you, dragging this thing, and they just say, "Where do you want it?"
Just next to the rock over there, please.
Tiny rock.
They put it next to this 2-foot rock. They put this beast is probably around about 15 foot long, and they put it next to your little 2-foot rock.
Holy shit.
This is gonna be good.
Would you like me to make a fire for you?
I might need some time to prepare this,
I watched it from a distance.
Do you need help?
please. Okay, thank you, boys. That will be all for now. I'll call you when supper is ready.
Are they all boys
nod.
or any girls on this island?
There are no girls that you can determine anyway.
Alicia swiftly checked for genitalia.
Yeah,
That's what
they
I
all, they all seem very masculine anyway, in their demeanour.
They're going to die out.
Okay, so you get to preparing, I guess.
What do you need me
Yeah.
to do?
Well, I suppose we try to cut some bits of meat from the stomach. I assume it's similar to other animals.
You're the expert.
Yes. Yes, I suppose. Okay, so yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So luckily the way that they've placed it is like on its side, so the stomach is open to you. So are you going to try and do it, Dren, or are you going to get Alicia to do it?
Allow me to do the ceremonial first stab. And
Okay, well-
I just
Okay.
plunge my short sword into it.
Okay, well give me a athletics check.
These are going to be the most important roles of your life.
You do manage to pierce the armored outer skin that this creature seems to have, but it was extremely hard, and with a short sword you can sort of like stab it, but you're not going to be able to cut it like you would a normal cut of meat from a cow or a pig.
We may be in a spot of bother.
Yes.
You both just stare at each other blankly.
You try with a sword for my little sword.
I have a sword or a dagger.
Well, with the sword wasn't the short sword wasn't quite. It's quite tough. I didn't expect it to be so tough. I think
Okay.
it would be difficult to cut.
Just like the Neri and Fopper watching us at the
Oh,
bottom, just like.
So glad I'm not involved in this. Having a great time. I've cheered up now.
Athletics.
Yeah,
Roll the joke.
athletics. Yeah, to see how well you can do. You got the
The
exact same. So yeah, you do manage to get your sword through the armored exterior as a stab, but then you sort of try to wiggle it a bit to see if you can actually cut through the exterior, and you are unable to.
it.
What are we going to do?
We need to be creative. Can I like assess the animal? Is there? I mean, I'm familiar with a triceratops somewhat.
Yeah.
But is this some special D&D one where you're going to give me the blessing of a weak spot, like the anus?
Well, yeah, there is the anus and the eyes. You would say that the underbelly is the weak spot. The top, like the back and the sort of head and neck area of this creature are extremely hard, skin, sort of leathery skin, and yeah, the underside is softer, but still much tougher than you are used to with your normal animals.
Okay. So throughout
Yeah.
that description, I've been walking around tapping it, and it's 15 foot. So Alicia's probably lost sight of me as I've gone round. And then, sorry, yeah, carry on.
Maybe we could ask them to remove the meat, as we have never seen these creatures before, and I think they're aware we're not from around here. Once they've removed the meat, you can then prepare it.
That's a good plan. Good thinking. Good thinking. I think yes. I'll be right back. Hello.
Hello, small one.
Hello. Could you help? Do you think it's a little bit bigger than I thought it might be? Do you think you could cut some slices of the underbelly for us?
He lets out quite a low, hearty laugh at you asking for help, and he's like, "Of course, I can, small one."
Thank you.
He goes into this hut here and brings out a big axe that is around about. It's not much shorter than you are. And he walks over to it and just takes a huge swing at the underside of this triceratops. And as he hits it, blood just sprays everywhere, splashing onto your clothing and onto the floor behind. And then he swings for another one and another one and another one. And the 4 attacks that he makes at the underside of this manage to chop essentially a huge slab of meat from this belly area of this creature, and it sort of flops onto the floor below. And the inside looks like standard meat that you would find from an animal, like nice, soft and succulent. But yeah, you had to get through the outer side first. And then he looks at you and he's like, "Is that enough?"
Ugh. I wiped blood off of my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. We won't need any more.
He walks away, and now that he sort of revealed the fleshy part, you can get more out if you need to, as you can sort of put your arm into the hole that is now there and make
Nice.
cuts with a dagger.
I'm gonna wipe blood off my face, but don't take this the wrong way, Dren. But I somewhat regret agreeing to help you.
This is an experience. Just think, this is something you'd never do before.
Okay, but
Or
don't
have
look
done
at Neri and Fop. I can sense that they're laughing at us.
Well, actually, laughing aside, I am here to help. Dren, no offense, but your last 2 meals were terrible. So and on the meat that is just been opened up, I can't say this word, so I'm gonna guess it's prestigitation.
yeah, that'll do. Close enough.
But essentially, I can flavor some non-living material for up to an hour, so I kind of increase its juiciness and its flavor. Give Dren a head start on the meal.
Okay. Walks off.
Sorry.
So he casts a magic onto the meat, and then just wanders off, saying that it will be more flavorful.
I didn't need his help, just so you know.
I know.
I can
know.
hear you. You put sand on the last thing you ate.
I want to give Pop a look as if to be like, spare his feelings.
You didn't eat it, Alice.
Yes, I did. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Wait, you
sorry.
didn't
I'm.
use it? You didn't eat it?
Of course I ate it, Dren. It was delicious.
Giving daggers to Fop, trying to see if he's telling the truth or not. And then I move on. I'll start sort of cutting the meat. I'm now, not giving Alicia instructions. Maybe a little bit upset.
Thanks, I'm just here.
Not sulking. Alicia,
Okay.
why don't you climb inside and see if you can get anything nice?
What?
I'm gonna look at him. But how about no? You get
Fine.
inside.
Well, I've got to prepare the fillets.
Ah. Well. Looks like
It's
we're not
got you
getting
there.
anything from the inside.
Not a team player. Fine. Okay. Help me cut some fillets, please.
That I can do.
Okay, so Dren, give me a survival roll with advantage.
Okay, hold on. Let me just check because I think superiority dice can help here if the roll is not good enough. No, I don't actually. Oh, no, I've got nothing that can help me. Oh god.
I'm so looking forward. Oh, it's good.
Okay, so you get some pretty good cuts then, and you do manage to get the full amount that they asked for of 23, and I assume one each for each of you four as well.
Yep.
You are looking to do? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you do well, especially with Alicia's help. You work together to make sure that the cuts are just thin enough that they're all cooked the whole way through, but still big enough that these creatures will enjoy it. And then I assume you want to cook them on your stone plate.
Yes, and before I do, as I'm putting them all on the poorly fashioned hot plate sort of thing, Alicia, do you think I should add some of the gem? What do you think it does? Will it kill Fop?
I wouldn't recommend it. Neri was terrified of it. Don't want to cause him any harm, surely.
Oh, no, not intentionally. I mean, that's why I'm just getting a second opinion. A bit of a
But
sounding board.
why Fob specifically?
Oh, well, I'd hate to kill Fop. He's a great guy.
I'm so
Yeah,
worried
I
about
mean,
this
I-
group.
I don't want to kill Fop. Just slaughtering. It might add to the flavour.
Mhm. Let's give it a miss, just to be on the safe side.
Maybe just for the cows?
Why do you want to try it so badly?
To enhance the flavour.
I'm not
Possibly.
sure a ground up crystal enhances any flavour. Might make it crunchy.
Well, I did actually have some sand, but I didn't realise Fop felt that way about the seasoning. Now I've got nothing.
What do you mean you don't have any seasoning?
Well, I've used it. We've been on the road for a while.
Can't you use whatever that was that Fop gave you?
It's all gone. I overdid it. Okay,
Is
forget
there
the gem.
any
Forget
chance
the
of
gem.
going foraging for any form of berries or herbs?
There's no time. There's no time. They're watching me. Let's just start. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead.
So give me a survival roll again with advantage this time because of the spell that Fop has put onto the meat. Oh, wonderful. So out of all of the meals you have made since being on this island, this one seems to go the best. Maybe it's
Yes.
because this new type of meat is actually perfect for your cooking style. Maybe it's the stone plate that you managed to put together. Maybe it is the pressure of having to cook for all of these people that are much bigger than you. It'll probably kill you quite easy. but,
Maybe.
But whatever it is, you manage to cook some delightful triceratops meat. It does take quite a while, as there's a lot of them to cook, and you only have a small place, and also they're quite big fillets. So you do spend another couple of hours with the preparing and the cooking of these meals. Would you like to do anything to top it off?
Well, I will check if Fop is watching. Are you watching?
I am watching.
I'm always watching.
It's been a few hours, I think, if I'm cooking all this meat for 27 people. So, have you been watching the whole time?
Hold on a second. Are you asking me a question about whether or not I'm watching you poison?
Well, I mean, that conversation, you're across a canyon, possibly. So, I mean, I was sort of expecting it. You wouldn't have heard that. Especially,
Are you trying to hide something from?
Well, I just want to, add a little bit of sand.
Okay. You can give
Yeah, no, it's not about the gem.
If you're trying to hide it from anyone, you can give a sleight of hand check to see
Okay, I'll do that.
if
You know, if I do see it, I won't stop you.
Natural 20. Of course, you get a natural 20.
I'm dead. I'm done.
Put sand on some meat.
Well, I put extra sand on Fops in this case.
Okay, you managed to very quickly season the fillets, especially Fops, with this sand, without anyone noticing. There's now this golden crispy layer on each of them that looks quite enticing.
Jesus.
Perfect. I think we're done, Alicia. What do you think?
Look good to me. Because I
Yeah.
don't know that sand.
Can you be quiet about the sand? I'm a little bit, it adds flavour. It adds a crunch.
Oh, promise I've been lying to you for so long now about it, I can't be like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
They all come over to feast as they see you have finished. The leader walks up and says, "Is it ready?"
Please. Bon appetit? French isn't a thing, I guess. I forgot that.
So there's 5 of them around you at the moment, and they all grab one fillet, except for one of them that takes the rest of the portions. They have like a big wicker basket, and they pick up the rest of the fillets that were for them. So they leave your 4 fillets, but pick up the other 19 and put them into this wicker basket, and then start to walk off. And he goes through those vines again into the entrance into the side of the mountain. The other 4 that do stick around start munching into it, and they are all very impressed. They are definitely enjoying the way you have cooked this. And one of them makes a comment about how it's much better than how they usually have it. Usually they all have it black, charred black, and you've made it nice and brown and golden. So they are very, very much enjoying it, and they give their compliments to you.
Alicia, did you hear that? They're complimenting me. These are my people.
You did a very good job.
I know you guys normally say nice things, but you tend to have sort of dead eyes when you say it. So I'm never really convinced. But these guys seem to actually like it.
That's just our facial expressions. Don't worry about it. We very much enjoy your food. Apart from Neri, but I think she's fussy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that woman.
I imagine she's like right behind you, and you say that.
Yeah.
You turn around and they're like, "Oh, hello." I assume you two, Fop and Neri, you also come over to have some of this food.
Yeah.
Please, guys, I've saved 2 for you. Fop, this one's yours. I hastily hand him
delicious.
one.
So I take it, I sit down, I stuff my face.
Do you enjoy it, or do you like hide your enjoyment even if you do enjoy it?
I just stare at Dren.
You
With dead eyes.
You realise with the first bite that there's sand on this.
Like there's an excessive amount of sand on Fops. On the others, it's really a light sprinkle, so it wouldn't detract from the fantastic meal I've made. But Fops is deliberately over the top.
This honestly tastes like my birth. It reminds me of home. 10 out.
Thank you. That's what I was going for. Definitely.
It's nice. Thank you.
Nice.
Is there sand on mine?
Like a very light sprinkle.
Random everyone's.
I've done it just for show. I don't put too much on because obviously I'm aware sand doesn't taste good. It's just so that it's not just a slab of meat. So you won't like know. Well, you'll probably, I don't know. You'll see it. You probably won't notice it. It's like a few grains.
Oh, okay. Just that odd little like crunch. Okay.
Yeah, occasionally a little crunch.
It's better than I was expecting. Well done. It's so hard for me to be nice.
You see that?
You did a
She
really
says that
good,
with gritted teeth.
job, Dren. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. I think I found my true calling.
I'm happy for you.
You see the one that went into the side of the mountain walks out with the basket and pulls one of these fillets out of the basket and starts munching on it himself. Also very impressed with it. But as he throws the basket to the side, you realise that all of the other ones are gone.
Did you find out what is behind the vines? You wanted to go and have a look, didn't you?
Not yet. I was busy cooking. I didn't have time for that, sort of adventure.
Now might maybe be a good time to go while they're a bit preoccupied.
I think I could swing an invitation. Let me try.
Take a peek.
So the guy's outside still?
Yeah, we'll say he's like around here. He's just sort of sat, having a little munch.
How is it? Is it good?
Oh yes, it is very, very scrummy.
Did you eat all of them? Where did the other ones go?
They go to those on the inside.
Do you think I could maybe go in and ask how they found the food?
No.
It would mean a lot to me if I could get some feedback. I'm a aspiring chef. Criticism is very important.
Let me go and ask.
I was hoping you'd say no.
He wanders off and goes between these vines to go and ask. Is there anything you would like to do while he's in there? 'Cause he will be a little bit of time.
I'll give a 2 thumbs up and a cheesy grin to the others. And I sort of gesture to come over.
Oh.
We're in. Easy.
We're not.
You
in.
sure? We're not. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, he's going to. I'm sure they'll let us in. I said a compelling case, and he can't refuse me. I'm the star of the show.
Okay. So you wait a little bit of time, and he comes back out, and he comes to you, and he says, "You are allowed to speak with him if you like."
Just him, you said. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Shall we just head in?
Follow me, and he will take you.
Woo.
As you all step forward to go, he stops and he says, "Oh no, sorry, just the chef."
Shit. Okay.
No, it's really best that at least one of us goes with him. He gets very shy.
These are my advisors in the culinary arts. You know, I mean, I'm the main guy. You know, I do all the cooking, but they give me feedback. It's important that maybe Neri is with me.
If you give me a persuasion check, Dren, but with advantage because of Alicia's help.
Ooh.
Jesus, you're on it.
Oh,
All the
I'm saving
20s.
up.
All the help I'm giving you, obviously.
This is your session.
He goes, okay, if they are all apart, I guess they can all see him. And then continues to go in.
Nice.
So there is quite a long stone corridor, and the further you get in, the hotter it is getting, and it starts to take a decline as you go into the mountain. And the further you walk, the hotter and hotter it gets, and it gets to a point where you can actually hear that there are sort of like what can only really be described as something is boiling on the inside,
Is it me in my armor?
possibly.
Melting.
And as you get to the inside, you see there are different ways, different directions in the corridor that you can go. There's a few offshoots, but you follow the way that he goes. And eventually you come out into a large open chamber that I will quickly chuck you on.
Had a map prepared. I like that. I like it.
So you are now surrounded by lava, and there are some stone stairs that take you up to an anvil, and the first thing you realize is that this is where all of the female ones of these creatures are, as they seem to be doing metal work. They seem to be going between a forge to the anvil. They seem to be getting some metal out of crates on one side and doing all this sort of metal work. And then as you look up at the seat, which is in the center or near the top of this map here, you see a fire giant, which I will just bring up a picture for you.
God, where have I taken us?
1 second. Why can't I not bring the... Here we go. Okay, so this is what he looks like. And he is sat on this huge throne in the center of the room. And he is massive. He is much bigger than these other creatures that you have, very wide, and in this humongous plate armor. And the creature that you came in here with walks up and says to him, "This is the cook who prepared the dinosaur meat." And he, with one large arm, gestures for you to step forward.
I look back, see if anyone's coming. I guess no one is, so we keep
How
going.
come?
No one follows you. You're on your own.
I'm coming
Yes,
to
I
here.
know, I can
I'm
cancel
here.
this, yeah. Oh god, even his picture's big. I'll just scroll up.
He is, as he stands up off of this chair that he's on, he is absolutely towering over you. As he looks down at you, he says, "So you are the famous chef who has come to our meager little place. What
Yes.
brings you here, little one?"
I just wanted to see, oh great one, how you found the food.
Well, my taste is more charred. But I understand my slaves here loved it.
Nice.
And yeah, he gestures to all of these folk that are currently working for him, and including the one that was that led you in here.
Well, I'm glad they liked it. Yeah, sorry about the child thing. I'm a little bit new to the whole dinosaur thing. I hadn't seen one of those before.
Understandable. You look like you are from far away.
Yeah, well, it's, a long story. I'd hate to get into it. But yes, we're not from this island. We've actually come. Wait, give me 1 second. I'll run back.
Okay.
Guys, let's huddle. Huddle, come in. Pop.
Over here.
What's wrong?
I can't see me.
Oh.
There you are.
I'm too colorblind for this room.
Freaking green.
My bad. Yeah, this isn't a colorblind friendly map, is it?
Sorry, if I zoom in, I'm good.
Okay. Well, guys, I am a little bit out of my depth here. What is it? It's huge.
So
Can
that's
you
a
see
fire
it?
giant, and you don't know what you're doing in here, do you?
Well, he kind of liked the food. He likes it burnt, which is a shame. Because I've really, tried my best on this one. He's asked if we're from here. I've said no. I don't know if I can just leave now. Should we ask him any questions? He seems friendly.
Friendly? He's got these people here as slaves.
Well, maybe. Okay, no, that's pretty bad.
Can I before we go any further, can I try and find out what's actually going on in this room?
Yeah. Go for it. Give me a perception check. So that is 22. Very nice. So it looks like there is a series of huge, well, not huge at the moment because it's in the midst of being made, but quite large armor pieces. So there's some like leg plates that are half being made, and then there's a breastplate that's half being made, and it looks like there's some large armor is being made, but it is probably too big for even this giant. So not much has been made so far, but you can see that like one boot has been made, and the boot is the size of this fire giant's legs, like together.
Oh wow.
So it looks like they are making some sort of humongous giant. And then with a 22, you can also see that off in the distance, not in this area, there's other areas around this open place that you assume the other corridors can get to. And there's one area off in the distance where there are like mechanics that are making cogs and stuff like that. Stuff that Fop might have never seen before. But very small parts of metal that are then being put together, and there's levers that are then doing stuff, and yeah, it looks like something humongous is being built here by all of these slaves for this fire giant.
Okay.
So, does Fop? I mean, he obviously Fop rolled, but presumably, we can probably all see that. So, do we sort of assume we all have been aware of that?
So you'll be able to work out all the stuff that's happening close by. You probably wouldn't have been able to see the mechanic part that's happening over the other side of the chamber unless Fop tells you.
Oh, okay.
But the suit of armor nearby you can definitely see because it's massive and in your vicinity.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
Fop, did you see anything? I saw you doing that squinting thing you do sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. I saw a room at the back, and it's just filled with people eating sand.
Ah, maybe I should go see them.
You'd fit right. No, but there is more to this room than it seems. It seems like we're in some sort of manufacturing process, and whatever it is, it seems to be bigger than what's in front of us. I don't know what we can get out.
Wow.
But maybe I can give it a shot. Maybe I should talk to the big.
Yeah, this is weird. Maybe, yeah, we should definitely talk to him. He's, well, I don't want to turn around, actually, but I assume he's just watching us. Let's go.
Okay, let's give.
Sorry about that. This is, Fob. He's one of my assistants. A bit like your, slaves, I suppose. Isn't that right, Fob?
As a quiet falls over, he says, "You are strange, small folk."
Please excuse my personal ship. I don't need to cause any trouble here. Oh, great and wise giant fire giant god. As you know, we've come to feed yourself. We were passing through. We thought we could help. We made sure that they're all fighting fit for you. We would just like to know if there's anything we could do to help you while we're on our...
He stands once again. He sat when Dren walked away, towering over you, and he says, "Why would you like to help me?"
Well, we're on our way to find a so-called gem dragon, and we're having trouble. We're also being hunted by some beasts, some two-headed dogs, and God knows who said. So really, we're against it. We were stopping to take shelter in your village before we continue, but clearly, you are all very capable of protecting yourself. I would just like some advice, some help. We help you, you help us, kind of situation, and we'll be on. Clearly, we've got some abilities which could be of value. And take my talking off. I recast this ability that I can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Just and
Prestidigitation.
And create a song floating in thing. So it's a musical note. I am one of the magical wizards of the land, and I'm sure that there might be something I can do to help.
Okay. He says, "You're one of the magic ones, are you? Maybe there's something you can do. I need something from a dragon. Something dangerous. Are you up for the task, little turtle?"
I might be little by stature, but I'm big on the boom. Yes, we were going that way in.
Well, you see, there has been a dragon in these parts recently that I am fed up with. And I need him gone. Or her gone. I am able to do it normally, but I am preoccupied here, as you can see. If you are able to dispense or disperse of this dragon, I can help with your other problems.
Okay. Do you have anything which could aid us in taking down this dragon?
The dragon is of the green variety, which means it's fire is pretty good for it. It doesn't have resistances that some of its brethren would have. So I can give you some help when it comes to fire, if that is what you are looking for.
Yes. What
No
kind of?
need.
What did you say, Neri? Sorry?
I said no need.
Ignore her.
Yeah, it'll be like your dragon-touched one back there seems to think you'll be okay on your own. And he sits back down.
What are you doing? Excuse us. No, I didn't mean to walk on at all. I think we could do with his help, don't you think?
Are we
You-
actually going to kill a dragon to
You are
help this
agreeing
man?
to do something, and we don't even know the situation.
May I remind you, he has slaves.
Well,
I
I
mean-
mean, I'm not surprised. He's a big guy.
I mean, look
Do-
around. It gets things done.
Sufficient.
I personally don't have any stake in killing a dragon. What I do have a stake in is getting out of here alive, stop being hunted, live a happy, long life, die of old age. That would be fantastic.
I think we can deal with some dogs for
not the dogs
our
I'm worried about.
issue. What is it then?
I think the problem is at the moment we can't quite back out of the situation. I think we need to agree to it, and then decide whether or not we're actually going to do it when we leave.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if we can get some aid here, we can just fly away on our magic carpet. We don't have to come back.
You don't care about anyone but yourself, Fop. We just want to leave these people here.
Can I roll persuasion against Neo?
Not persuasion, though. You have to persuade the player.
Are you lucky?
Good luck.
Okay. So that's can we take a vote? I think we should.
We should kill the dragon.
No, I think we should.
You're cutting
You
out
keep,
a little bit.
you
Back
keep
out,
cutting
yeah.
out.
I tried to burp and then I burped down. I'm like, that's sorry. No, I think we should take whatever he has to offer and then never come back.
Okay.
Apart from the never coming back, that sounds like a somewhat decent plan.
I agree.
Sure.
Hello, great old fire wizard. No, fire giant. Sorry, I'm the wizard. We would like to accept your offer. If you can aid us in taking down the dragon, we will return with your.
Okay, well, I can give you the aid. That is not a problem. As you can see, our speciality is with metalwork. So I can give you a sword that will help.
Is it a flaming sword?
Not of such, no. It is a sword that I have had made to help with dragons specifically.
That's
You
very
accept?
convenient.
Yeah.
Okay, he stands up and walks to the other side of his throne, and every time he takes a step, you can feel the ground beneath you shaking. And he pulls out a sword which is his size, so it is absolutely massive. And he walks around and he holds it in his hand in front of you, and he looks over all four of you and he says, "It is clear you two cannot use a sword, so," and points towards Alicia. "Is it her who will be using this?"
She is our wielder.
And as you step forward, he places it down in front of you, and it is about 4 times the size of you. And not functional in the slightest for you.
thank you very much for this wonderful weapon, but it's a bit big for me. I would say.
If you touch the handle,
Okay.
as soon as you touch the handle, it shrinks down to your size,
Ah.
and then it sort of clangs on the floor again, and you can pick it up in one hand.
That is a lot better. Thank you very much.
Magic items in this world have a tendency to mold to the user. Bear that in mind, young one.
Will do.
Oh, young one.
Well.
Thanks.
Right. So I can put it into your inventory
Yeah.
quickly. There you go. So you now have the Dragon Slayer longsword in your inventory.
Very nice.
Can you see that okay?
No. We just.
Did I put it in the right
There it
version?
is, yeah,
Yes,
got it.
I did. Yeah.
Got it.
Cool. So you can read what that does. It does require attunement, so you will have to take an hour before you get the benefit of it.
Can I ask question?
Yeah.
What's this green dragon been doing? Why do you want it gotten rid of?
Well, he has a tendency to take what is mine, as in take my slaves.
Oh, I see.
Why does he take
And-
them?
Well, these, and he gestures to all of these creatures that are working for him, are pretty subservient, not very loyal. And he seems annoyed when he makes that statement. They will just serve whoever they deem as the most powerful. And
Interesting.
some have deemed that this green dragon is more powerful than I. Wrongly. So he poached them and took them to do his bidding, whatever that might be.
How many?
So far, he's taken 4.
And where would he be?
Unfortunately, that is not of my knowledge yet. I decided to focus my efforts here, in this creation.
How often does he take the slaves?
He has only been by once.
Oh.
Took the 4 and left.
Okay.
Terrible.
If you return with proof that he is no more, there will be more trinkets for the taking. More powerful artifacts made in a fire giant's forge. Unique. Now, any more questions? Or you best get on your way.
I think that's everything.
He,
We'll be,
I was just going to say he gestures over to the creature that brought you in to come forward and to show you out. And he says, make sure it is done.
I'll do.
Will you all leave, I assume? Or does anyone else
Yep.
want to do or say anything before
Nope.
you leave?
No.
Okay.
Oh, great run. Play it cool. And walk away.
You play it cool. Okay. You end up back in the camp where everyone has finished their meals and it's getting to evening time, so they're just chilling out really before they go to sleep. As you return out, they all do look at you, sort of semi-surprised on their face that you managed to come out. You can see that they obviously did not expect you to come out again once you had gone in.
That's what I
And
mean.
the one that followed you out said, I assume you are going to get on your way now.
We are. Thank you for your hospitality.
Yeah, thanks for not eating.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Been a pleasure. Thank you very much. I'll be back.
Before I go, I take out the bag of sand in my inventory and give it to one of. Where is it? I don't
Okay.
know. Like, here you are, the finest toppings in the whole world.
So he takes it and he has to like pick it up with his thumb and index finger, and it's tiny in his hand. And but you definitely see that he looks excited about it, and he's like, "Is this what was on the meat before?"
Yeah, it was my present to you.
Ah. But give me a persuasion roll, Fop. Ooh, you guys are rolling well today. He says, you come to this place and given us fine meals, and now you give us a gift. What can we do for you?
I'm so tempted to throw you to the dogs here. Nothing. This is just a gift. Thank you for your hospitality, and again, really appreciate you not eating me.
Okay, he gives you a nod as you go to wander off. Anyone else want to do anything before you jump on your magic carpet and go off into the distance?
Nope.
Okay. You'll jump back onto the carpet and continue your way up the mountain. It is starting to get a bit dark. You've probably got a few more hours before it actually gets dark, but you will need to think about bedding down for the night soon. But you can make a little bit more of a way up the mountain. And as you look down the descent of the mountain, so down to where you started and to the top, you notice that you've pretty much got past halfway now, which is great in terms of time compared to what you were doing when you didn't have this carpet. You're very happy with the progress you're able to make with this gift from the Jade Wing.
Nice.
Is there any conversations that would like to happen, or anything people would like to do while traveling on the carpet for these couple of hours before you will have to find a camp?
Yes, I need to attune to my sword.
Yes,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can attune to your sword.
What? Hang on. Where's my? What are we gonna do when we actually find the dragon, the gem dragon, not the green dragon?
Is the green dragon not a gem dragon?
No.
Ren, have you been paying any attention?
I don't really know much about dragons. I just, lived in the forest. Cooking delicious meals is, as I'm sure you would know.
Well, I just hope that when we get there, you can barter with.
Well, the gem dragon might need rescuing.
That's what I was about to say. The gem dragon is the guardian of the crystals. Surely we need to help it.
Agree.
I'll take my little book from my boot and I'll write in it green dragon. Dinosaur. I'll tick dinosaur and I'll cross out 8-foot cow-like thing because they are my friends.
Aww.
And I will also cross out 2-headed demon dog and leave Pop. Just in case.
Okay.
Can I try and peek and see what he's writing in his book?
You can give me a perception check, and Jen, if you give me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Oh, no. So you do notice whatever you just added to the book. Near you noticed that. So you noticed that he adds Green Dragon along the bottom, and he crossed out cow people.
Okay. I'll just keep that to myself.
There, go away. Mind your own business.
What? It's a small carpet.
I'm just.
But we have a corner each.
It's my. I'm just.
Wait, is this the actual size of
Oh.
the carpet? It's huge.
No, I just did this so you could walk around a bit. It would technically be this.
Yeah.
So like it wouldn't be a square, but
Okay.
Keep away.
Just look at him with a smile on my face.
okay. So as you continue on your journey, Fop, could you please give me a perception check?
Ooh.
Oh God.
27.
You do not notice in time as out of literally nowhere, you cannot see a single thing. You get hit in the back of your head by something. And let's see if he manages to hit you for 1. That does hit. So you take a massive hit in the back of the head by something bludgeoning as it whacks you in the back of the head, pushing you forwards, almost off of the carpet, but not quite. And you land on your knees and stuff in front of Dren on the floor. And he has definitely taken a hit. There's some blood coming out of the side of his head. And you see that he is definitely on pain as he is on the floor.
I'll stop being dramatic, Fop.
Fop, are you okay?
As you all look around wondering what's happened, everyone give me a perception check, including you again, Fop. Okay, so let me...
Yay!
okay, well you definitely don't see anything. None of you see anything.
Oh, shit.
As you do not see where this attack was, but you realise that something is amiss here. Something is definitely attacking you, but invisible to your eye. That is where we will end this session.
Ugh,
Ready for your next attacker.
fun.
And as the voice said, this time you will not see them
Oh,
coming.
yes.
So thank you everyone for coming. And as I said, next week will be the penultimate episode. So there will be next week, and then there will be the finale the week after. So make sure to come along and see. This was quite an interesting episode. It was sort of the Dren episode. Dren got to use his feet and show off his cooking style, I guess. So yeah, quite an interesting one. Did not expect it to go the way it did, but there you go. That is Dungeons and Dragons for you. And we will pick up next time to see how they will deal with this invisible threat while they are flying 120 feet in the air. So make sure to come by next time, exactly the same time. And until next time, happy gaming. Done.
Yeah.